What's going on? My name is David. This is Spencer, and welcome to Aftermath. Welcome back to Aftermath, the sportscast. We cover the 912 area. We just got done with week 6? Huge week.
Yes, sir.
The game that we were at, a crazy game. But we are going into this. Your quick picks went pretty well this week. You were 5-2, giving you a total of 51-11. Are you happy with those numbers?
Come on, man. Am I happy? I should have a little
You're double-digit losses
record, but
now.
I'm humble. I'm humble. I should have a better record, but I'm gonna be humble.
But going into the first game, a game that I needed to see this week, I was hoping the turnout would be a little bit different. But Johnson would lose 14-42.
Boy, oh boy.
I was a little bit wrong about this one.
Were you? Yeah, they still in your top 5?
I can't put them there no more. I can't. I think they're gonna be about 7. But anyways, going to the next one. Beach 23 to Groves 12.
Beach got their first win.
Yeah.
Shout out to Beach.
Close game. Next one was a pretty close game. Savannah Country Day coming off of that hard loss last week against this week they went against Long County. Would win this 17-14.
Yeah, that was good. They needed to bounce back and win this week because coming off of 2 L's back to back.
Yeah.
So this was a good one. Region matchup. So now they're 1-1 in the region. So shout out to them.
Big one. Jenkins, another hard loss. They lost to Wayne County 9-0. They kept it close, honestly.
Is that 3 field goals? It's
Yeah.
crazy. But yeah, their schedule's tough, man.
Yeah.
Their schedule's tough.
Going to the next one, Windsor would end up losing this week 6-29 against Vidalia.
Yeah.
Vidalia this is the second time I think we've seen them, and I think both times we've had them, talked about them,
I expected
won.
that one. I'm not going to lie.
Memorial Day, I really wish they could have had their full team for this one, but because I think I heard it was somewhat close.
Yeah,
early.
I got an update. While we were at the game, I got an update. It was like 13-12 at one point. And then what the final ended up being?
St. Andrews win this 41-12.
See, so it went from 13-12 to 41-12. But they were missing like 5 starters on their team, so they weren't at full strength. But shout out to St. Andrews, though.
Yeah,
They're what, 4-1 right now?
4-1. And right above them, Bethesda, going on top, still undefeated. They would beat Palmetto Christian Academy 48-0. I need to look at the stats. That could be 3 weeks in a row that they've had a shutout.
I'm pretty sure. I'm about to say, I don't think...
I know they had one last week.
There might be one team that scored on them all season, maybe.
So we're going to look back through.
We're going to pop out in a couple weeks.
They're one of 3 teams left in Savannah. We're going to throw the records up here now. We got BC at the top, Calvary right below them, both of them undefeated. Bethesda is going to be in the third one at the top of theirs. But a lot of teams, Savannah Christian would drop down this week, 3-2 on the hard loss, which actually I think we can just dive right into that now. Going into it, we were at the Savannah Christian versus Calvary game in Pula, and this one was a movie like we predicted.
It was definitely a movie out there, man.
It was definitely a close game. At halftime, 21-21.
Yeah, the first half was great. Man, because Jake started off with a pick 6, so Savannah Christian ended up having all the momentum. Everything was going good. Then literally right after that pick 6, Caden Arnold went and took the kickoff right to the house.
Which was huge.
Got all the momentum right back to Calvary, so then tied up 7-7. And then right there and again, it's like, all right, it's a game again.
Yep.
It's even. So we was going to see who's going to take over.
Went back and forth, all the way through half.
No, that first half was probably like the best half of football I've seen since I've been filming. And then we get to the second half.
Calvary's defense took over. The defense definitely stepped up in the second half. I think Calvary had 3 picks in the second half. Big Michael Smith.
Oh my gosh.
He had the pick 6.
He mossed David.
Yeah.
First of all, they're about to be teammates next year in college at South Carolina. But you have a 6'5", 200, I want to say he's 250, but like 6'5", 250 plus pound guy at safety. And then, what was that? Blaze ended up throwing another interception late in the game. Jake had another rushing touchdown late to seal it.
I think he had 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 throw into Caden. Caden ended up having this game 2 touchdowns, one kick return for the touchdown, normal. And when it came to the end of the game...
Oh, his receiving touchdown was crazy.
Yeah.
That catch.
That...
First of all, y'all don't understand what I had to go through this weekend just for this clip right here. I went through so much just to get this clip.
And say we're gonna give the dude the shout out to the guy that got it to us.
His name is Zach. I got to get his full name, but shout out to Zach. Though I'm gonna put his Instagram right here because
check him out.
He came in clutch, bruh. But oh my gosh, y'all don't understand the stress I went through this weekend to get this clip. But we're not gonna get into
and
that.
say Caden, we actually got to catch up with him after the game. He was our player of the game. So we got a little post-game interview. We talked about the coaches and stuff, and I'm gonna let it roll. We're here with Caden, our player of the game tonight. You had a hell of a game. You had a kickoff return early to keep you on the game, a touchdown later after they were talking smack, and then when it came down to the last drive, they looked for you because they knew you were gonna catch the ball. How do you say you played tonight?
I thought I played as best as I could. I made the most out of every opportunity I had. However, I got a little flustered at times, and I wish I wouldn't have. This part of the rivalry.
That's football. Now let's talk about the coaching staff. How is it learning and getting taught by these coaches? Coach Stroud, hell of a job, and this coaching staff is good all the way through.
We gotta love it. Coach Stroud is one of the most positive-minded people ever. We were in there 21-21, and we did not play our best game at all in the first half. And he came in there. He said, "Look, y'all played good enough to stay in it. Now go play good enough to win it." Yeah. And I mean, he's always just there for us. He's so calm. He's always got such great words of wisdom.
Last question of the night. Where do you see yourselves at the end of the season?
Oh, state championship.
That's what I'm talking about.
State championship.
Good game, bro.
Yes, sir.
Another big player for them, and he was talking a lot of the game. Thomas Blackshear had a remarkable game.
Monster game. First of all, he's a 3-star. He definitely deserves to be a 5-star.
Go ahead, give it to him.
This dude is a 2-time state champion at BC. Now he's at Calvary. And he's not missing the beat.
Nope.
And now he's doing things on defense. This dude is on defense making plays. That one-handed interception, crazy. Like, that was a nice catch. He also had another one-handed catch on offense. He was blowing past the defenders.
Even with his stats, there was 2 catches that he caught out of bounds. Still great catches.
Oh, yeah.
That were just thrown out of bounds, a little too far out of bounds.
It's like every time Jake throws something his way, he's catching it. Like, he is for sure, he might be the best receiver in the entire city. Like, there's definitely some other receivers up there that you could debate with, but I don't know. He might have solidified himself. Because look, that was Savannah Christian's defense.
I'm thinking.
Like, the only thing left you could say is he'd have to do that against BC defense. But he played at BC the last 2 years. He was doing that every day of practice. So.
And we can't forget Calvary's O-line.
Oh, they showed up. Shout out to Calvary's O-line.
I didn't want to forget y'all.
So I'm not going to lie. Let me go ahead and say this right now. Because there was a couple people, they were like, man, Spence, you picked Savannah Christian. What happened? This and that. Yeah, I picked Savannah Christian. You know, I wanted the underdogs. I always root for the underdogs. But if you watch it back, it's not like I counted Calvary out at all. Like, I knew Calvary was about to do their thing. Shout out today to Calvary's offensive line, though, because they held up against Savannah Christian's defensive front. You got Elijah Griffin, the #1 player in his class. LaDamian Guyton, freshman, but he's still a beast. Logan Brookin on the other outside. You got David Busey at linebacker, Kenry Wall, Jaden. Like, there's so much talent on their defense, and they were able to hold up. Jake had a couple. There was some pressure though, because
he had about 4 or 5 times he had to scramble.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't a perfect game, but overall, especially in that second half, they showed up because it was like every time Calvary needed to make a play, their O-line held up, and Jake was able to make a play, move the chains. But how do you think Savannah Christian's offense feels? Like, if you were on Savannah Christian's offense, would you lose any type of confidence after that during the second half?
I think I would have been upset that they never, because like
they couldn't move the ball. Really in the second half.
They're I feel like mostly a running offense. For sure. I think they feed Zoe the ball, and it wasn't like Zoe was averaging maybe like 3-4 yards a carry, maybe, but he didn't have any big runs.
Yeah, he couldn't really
break out. So, but I also think the 2 interceptions.
Talking about runs though, Blaze had a crazy run.
Blaze did have a crazy run.
That run was nice. I was like, oh my gosh, he broke like 3, 4, maybe 5 tackles on that run. That was nice. But continue about Zoe.
They never could really break a big one out.
Yeah, that was the only one.
But also the 2 interceptions, they were just, I think they were both high. I feel like both the throws were a little bit high, and just David Busey didn't come down with them. Because he tipped off of the hands twice.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I wouldn't be too distraught because this was a tough game. This was
No, for sure.
It wasn't like Savannah Christian went and lost to not a state playoff caliber team.
In 3A, I'm about to say,
Yeah.
Calvary was ranked 3rd, Savannah Christian was ranked 4th. Like, these are the two teams that people talk about, like, competing for a state championship for sure. So
that is all that we have for you this Tuesday episode. Again, we appreciate your time. We did hopefully upgrade a little bit. We got the mics working. Hopefully you can hear us pretty good now. Just make sure you go like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you follow us on Instagram.
like I said, excuse me. Like I said in the last episode, comment down below and let us know what y'all want to see.
Yeah.
Someone comment down below and said they wanted to see us interview a player after the game.
We made it happen.
Y'all got it. So y'all comment down below. Give us some ideas. If we like it, you might see it.
But until Thursday, peace.